Try and stop me! Full throttle!
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here? Ah, everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the...
And we're sure that who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reiki of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will post...
There wasn't a shred of sanity left.
Yeah, didn't he shout out? Oh, Paimon gets chill.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, if I were him, unless something went wrong.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationale.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right besides his name and title. We know little about him.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still... So, if we do... Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us.
Well, I do. Somewhere like the eye.
A perfectly reasonable.
I agree. We should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be
Wait, what?
If I recall correctly.
That's right. Yes.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But, and if we do run in? That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run. Didn't you say the third rule was go with the...
Agreed.
All right. We'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa. Let's go.
Şuranın
Rev the engines! Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this. So, you guys didn't find anything either? Not loving the word.
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either...
He's been biting.
All we can do now... Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
No, it's Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kuthar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick! Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kuthar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Felindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anetha showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about?
We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to.
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility toward why he holds me in such contempt. I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon...
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you, and seeks to take it for his own. But, right now, devising a counter-strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being
A counter strategy? We don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Nodcry undetected... No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff.
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have? We are facing an...
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make...
Wait, what?
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here...
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this?
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after everything we've been... Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor...
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moons. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope, you were born here, and now...
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now. Very well then.
Those times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as...
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it rejected by the world. My power is dwindling.
What do you mean, rejected by...
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength. The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can but this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only...
It's the Wild Hunt!
Even faster than we expected.
see how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rear won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck.
Lotus, protect us.
Look, your rainbow! Go claw!
The long sleep.
Oh, they just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Cesar's help to escape! If this goes on much longer...
The night comes. Be silent. Observe.
By the frost moon of old. Lotus, protect us.
Look, your rainbow! Easy, my hero!
Defensive mode engaged.
Beware the creatures of the night. Close your eyes. Be silent.
For the everlasting forest. Branches aside.
Being done, Weatherfall!
Annihilation mode.
Is it dinner? What is that from most of the places?
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Hold up! Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Oh, you're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow.
Oh, is that what?
That's the one. Come on, move!
Wow! Where are we? This is so...
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Nodkrai, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodkrai should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodkra?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodkrai is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. That's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Miss. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we... But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere. That said, while I know I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded... I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A nod...
Oh,
Another dead end. Guess still, it's your intel also but once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, but is it even possible that he orchestrated the Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari? Nodkrai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do?
Right now, first, to my knowledge...
what if there was a way...
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. They say that back then I now bear the...
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon...
That's right.
The 3 moon...
According to my
I know a way, but... yes. I must...
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. As you saw for yourself, people's obsession... The Wild Hunt is plagued...
It's true. We still know. If Kutar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the...
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstaking.
She heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had...
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking, we can't do this without the Curatorium.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact
He's
hub for the
interfering
mining and
here.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait!
Shh. This is.
I get it. We all have. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in.
Come off it, you two! I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's it, once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nogcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch up.
I like it. Genius.
No biggie.
All right then. We'll split into. Once your team is.
So my QA still loading. You don't mind if I take some stream? Okay.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
This is all fish, so let me not hate. Let's see. What's that?
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Machine. Okay.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Hmm.
Quake!
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Hmm. It's not sad. But hmm.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those
It's
who share the memory?
it's try again now. Oh, what is that?
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while, so it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Hello guys, welcome to the stream.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Maintenance Filipino kid ask ways. So,
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
yes.
Boats are made for
Right.
transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
I don't think he's from Philippines.
Every journey has its final day.
Yes. I hear that they're really cool. Quest target है
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place, aka the
माइक
Black
को
Market
आवाज
of Intel.
जोर
No
को
matter
जा
what
रहे
faction you're
ए
with,
हो रहा
it's the place
वैसे
to
वहाँ
find
कौन सा
new
सुना गया
information. Their headquarters are in Nodcry, but they've got contacts in every nation. As an expeditionary force on foreign
किसी
soil,
टाइम लाइक सब
working
बॉडी
with
को
them
चला
has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet. So naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened.
We
Sounds like
barely
you guys have really been through
can
it.
barely hear you. Oh, is it?
So, the Kutars
Oh, wait,
ambushed
wait,
the Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of Solnari, one of the 5
Yeah.
sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You
Yes,
stood
you
with
did.
us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
But I don't know how to success for any of the places however, so you can if you need a home and then we'll go into the home.
Paimon, coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might... That said, while Ino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flynn said had caught my attention.
Hello,
Our mystery ally?
That's right. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss...
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Zero, so
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcry and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
let me do something. So it's all of this. You know, it's kind of the people, you know, that is something. It should be good. It's okay. Hello, is it good? Well, sir, I'm wrong, sir. It should be good, no? Wait, wait. It. It's fine. Well, sir, I'm wrong. What's your also it is very good.
Oh,
That's under the first.
no. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the wild hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you've told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return.
It's like shit was
So maybe luring me away was all a
not
part of his
about
plan.
him, okay?
But
It
is it
should
even
be
possible that
this
he
much.
orchestrated all of this by himself?
And now whatever back now from
Raker of
wait,
Solnari, not
let me check.
Cry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rarir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rarir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir. According to my
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau. Yes, I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. As you saw for your people's obsessions off the wild hunt is plagued.
It's true. If Kutar hadn't given us that lead.
But where will we...
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with
It's also
machines.
streaming on the internet. It
He
is.
heard me.
Maybe it's not.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now
No, I
asking
am
myself the same
maybe it's not.
question.
Hello.
I received
Hello.
a letter from a humble knight of Favonius,
No, I am
requesting a meeting to discuss a major
Hello.
business deal.
Hello.
But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rarir. Given the severity of the situation, we can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it would be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Neffer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? Isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
It's a bit this. Okay, this was great. Music.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this. So you're just. Why should I get it? What if we. Oh?
I can't put a If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be late. If there's any way we can make this...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. But just this once, Flynn's. That fragment that Rerir was after. Do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it.
Wait, you actually have some lead?
Shh. This is
I get it. We all have and that brings me to the third and final item. I'm in for this Count me in.
Come off it. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna once they're ready.
I like it.
No biggie.
All right then. Once your team is finished.
Like experiment design.
Lady Damselette. Wait,
Oh,
and you two? What are you? We've been doing our best to mind our own.
We're not looking for it.
Do I need to remind out of consideration for our former
Let them in.
But
Are you going to make me repeat?
no.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
So tell me, actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina.
I promise it's nothing.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past,
I'd like to speak with our...
What? Huh? You mean...
I'd like to speak with our Lakino.
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the rooster and Regrator.
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? First Rosaline, now you? I'm running out of people who can make me laugh.
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time.
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Have Favronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so—
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another— I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may—
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a— The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies. Guess that's our that might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay up, huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this. Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Go on. Stay and watch if you want. But it'll be at your own risk. Don't tell me what to— Stare all you want.
I know. But think—
this is exactly why you shouldn't hang— Come on then, Mr. Right here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
searching. She kept...
Thank you.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past?
Good deduction. But it's quite a
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limit. Oh, I guess this.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned.
Whenever I've never faced on the other.
If you ask me, you're about as...
Once I take it, and also how death is the one.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to...
Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she... Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, aren't
You
you...
can
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally
see
swimming in
in the
more. I'm charging double my usual attendance. See, look,
Dory, Sangha...
if you want to make it big in Nodcry, it's all about connections. It was back when I
और
first
पूछा फिर
arrived
एग्जाम
in
सर
Nodcry.
तो
My
तब
trusted
बताइए
assistant, the Jeep, and when you know, I've been giving her a 30%
Dory.
discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangamabe is nothing. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble. I've got everything you could possibly need, and the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor, dredged up from the bottom of the sea. At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now.
You're...
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Nodcry in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here.
Then let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later!
Excellent. Everything is... After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I... So remember. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly... Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things. I'll test it out, and if it's as good... P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few tea...
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things, but if he invites me...
Felindis. That's the same name Rick...
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to me. Honestly, I don't care if it's an
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is... That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for...
I've just about saved up enough now.
Making a big purchase. He really is, despite what he's become. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than the burial place of a fallen moon. A withered... It was you who helped me see that my heart...
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the burial place of a...
Reverie, over here.
Dane! Oh, and,
Hello there, Reverie. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Well, so, what are... Come on, don't...
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told...
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one a member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me.
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed?
It's nothing.
Vadafulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of and yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what perfectly normal. no different. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard...
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifilnir showed up today, too. You know.
Ah, Mr. Vedifilnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much... You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything... Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this.
All right. Take your time. Nobodies. Sounds about... Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects every... The opposition tried to speak out. But a man can have a what becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Felindis? It's nothing. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together. Cherishing the simple joy.
See? You just need to stay positive, Riv. I can feel your warmth, your breath. Just seeing you makes me...
You're right.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only...
You go ahead. I just...
Even busier than the big shop.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain.
Well, that goes... Besides, they're two completely different things.
All right. White out.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. He clearly doesn't... Let's dig a...
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Reir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices. After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on. Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the... Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth. That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why many of its secrets remain You still haven't told her what you really do for a living. Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hand... You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say. But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my merit. Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for... Take care, Reir of Solnari. Thanks, Thorkel. Felindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to, but That's exactly why I can't tell you. The Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Could that be why? I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very Vetterfenir. I've investigated. Should I try somewhere else?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. But
For someone so young, you sure have a way with work.
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me that.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me?
Simple.
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to... Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer.
So that was your doing?
Yeah.
Did you just pull us in?
Any more questions?
I had no I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are. But luckily we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too. Especially the group with the traveler.
If you're worried about them, go see how they...
If I know boss, she's gonna need some...
Oh, they've been prowling around for... Oh, they might not have seen us yet. Oh, that's never... If they spot us, they'll run... Oh... Quick, hide! We almost got spotted! Phew, that was a close call. Watch out! He's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things.
You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you... Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How can... Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to... You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Once upon a time, it's a safe external point of view. It's not.
But where are